Kelvin.
Yes.
Break any more laptops today?
No. Thankfully, brother. I'm sorry about that.
You're good. We went viral for a hot minute right there.
Yeah, we did.
Well, let's talk about your next fight, another last-minute kind of change. What do you make of this next fight against Jared Cannonier?
Yeah, this is a tough fight. This is this is actually the fight that I actually wanted, that I had in mind. And I knew he was booked, but I knew that, Costa is I have a lot of respect for him as a fighter, but I feel like throughout his career he's been very injury prone. So I felt like maybe for that fight something would maybe happen, and one of them would step out, and definitely, that happened. And unfortunately, for Costa, he's out. I'm in. This time I get a full camp, which I'm excited about. I'm excited to actually perform with a full camp.
So when they announced Costa's previous fight against Whitaker and then his next fight against Cannonier, are you still eyeing those dates and fights, knowing that Costa is so injured often?
Not only that. I feel like it's the dates and the opponents, the kind of opponents that I want. Not that I'm wishing anyone, wishing anybody, or wishing anybody wrong. But I'm looking at these dates and I'm thinking, if something happens to these fighters, any of these fighters, for these opponents and these dates that I want, then I'll be one call away. And Dana knows that, and I appreciate that, and I'm sure they know that and appreciate that. So it all worked out.
And then what about specifically Jared? His last fight against Robert Whitaker, even Israel was saying if Cannonier gets through Whitaker, I'm fighting him next. Cannonier said he broke his hand right away, or arm right away, and was kind of out of it. So what kind of fight are you expecting from Jared?
A tough fight. I mean, this is one of the top guys in my division. There's no easy fights once you break the top 5, and I fought them all, and I just want my chance to prove myself. I know things haven't gone my way, but I still believe in myself. Believe that I can get the job done to beat these guys. If I didn't, I wouldn't say it.
Kelvin, obviously that Rob fight didn't go your way. I was curious, after that fight, do you feel how big a difference would a full camp have made for you in that fight?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no excuses. I felt really mentally and physically prepared, but I feel like with a full camp, it's just a lot better. I think there'll be more time to prepare, more time to strategize, and actually work on a game plan, and just put in the work for that.
You said Costa's a bit injury prone, but he said himself that he didn't want to take this fight because the UFC aren't paying him enough.
Sure.
I wonder do you believe that's the reason? Is he trying to hide an injury, or what's your take on that?
I actually have no idea. I can't speak for him or what he's going through. I have no idea.
Do you think he should have started a YouTube channel like Dana said he should have?
I actually think he might have a YouTube channel. Paulo Bohacin YouTube channel. So you guys might want to check that out.
Thanks, Kelvin.
How are you doing? Kelvin, over here. Obviously a big fight in your division tonight, title fight on the line. What's your prediction for that one? How do you see it going?
Yeah, I think if, obviously I'm rooting for Marvin. Marvin's a training partner. We've been training together for a long time, so I hope he does well. I think if he can implement the takedowns and kind of use that same blueprint that Blachowicz kind of used, I think he will be very successful in this fight.
And just as for your fight with Rob, were there any specific big takeaways you took away from it?
Sorry?
Big takeaways from the fight with Whitaker.
Yeah, I mean, he was just a step ahead the entire time, and it really motivated me. It really lit a fire in me to know that, man, I still have kind of a little bit of work to get to that kind of level. He impressed me a lot. I didn't think he was that good. And looking back at the fight, it's like, man, no one has ever. I've never felt like that in a fight. Where not even Israel Adesanya did I feel like that. He really frustrated me. Really made me look bad, and he was just a step ahead the entire fight. And
did you feel any kind of pressure relief at this point in your career, where, unfortunately the losses, but has that relieved anything?
What's that? Any
pressure relief being in the spot that you're in now, where kind of having to come back a little bit, climb your way back up at the top after having been there already?
The pressure's always there, man. I mean, I put it on myself. I expect great things from me, and yeah, that's really what it comes down to. The pressure is always there. It has not changed whether I'm on a winning streak or not. The pressure I put on myself to perform is more than anybody will put on myself.
All right, thanks, Kelvin.
I just wanted to follow up on that. What exactly was it about Rob that he's so good at and frustrated you? What exactly, technically, was he good at?
He was much faster than me, and really utilized his footwork really well. He did not want to stand in the pocket with me. I kept hearing his corner saying, get out of the pocket, get out of the pocket. You don't want to stand in the pocket. And he used his jab really well. He was just a little bit faster than I am. There's just a couple of more technical things that they're not out of this world, things that I have been working on, things that I will be working on, and things that I've improved on, in my opinion.
Was that something that after the fact you're like, wow, that was impressive, or is it during the fight you're going, God damn, this guy's really good?
Well, during the fight, it's like, what is actually going on? I am getting clipped left and right. What is going on? My head is just like on this the entire time. I'm like, what is going on? I've never felt this. It was after the fight for sure. He impressed me a lot.
Do you look at that Rob that you fought and the Israel that you fought and you think, man, he could really give the champion problems if they end up rematching?
Absolutely. I just didn't think Rob was... Rob impressed me a lot, man, in that fight against myself. If he fights the way that he did against myself, he will have a real chance of regaining that middleweight title.
Lastly on this, I feel like I can almost see you excited to get better and then try again at Rob. Is that right?
Absolutely, man. I'm still 29 years old. I feel like I still have it in me to beat these guys. If I didn't believe it, I wouldn't say it, man. And I still have a long road ahead of me, in my opinion. I feel like I'm restarting my career. I have a new perspective, in my opinion, and just putting a renewed focus in my career, and it's exciting for me.
Kelvin, so you kind of talk about pressure again. At UFC 258, did you feel your back was against the wall and there was a possibility that you might get cut if you did not win that fight?
Against Heinisch?
Yeah.
Not really. Not really. Like I said, they asked me earlier about pressure. Like, the pressure is always there, whether you're on a winning streak or not. Like, anything can happen. Pressure's always there.
If you beat Cannonier, he's ranked number 4. Do you think, if Israel wins tonight and he fights Rob, are you next? If you beat Cannonier?
No, I think I need maybe 1 or 2 more after that. I think I'd have to beat Cannonier and then maybe another top 5 guy. The road is a lot closer now these days. But that's came with like over 10 years of work, so 1 or 2 fights and yeah, it gets me closer, but still a little bit of road ahead of me.
But could you be like Dana? Go back and watch my fight with Israel Adesanya, and I gave him his hardest fight. Couldn't you kind of give him the elbow?
It can happen. Hey, it's up to the fans too. If they want it, we can make it happen.
Finally, on fans, you were at the weigh-ins yesterday, and then you had a meet and greet, and the man of the people, they were going crazy for you. How, I guess, kind of going back to normalcy, how exciting was that to Phil?
Yeah, it was crazy for me. It was exciting just because this is the first time I've been around people. I know a lot of you guys probably been in Jacksonville and in Texas as well. This is the first time for me, so it's exciting to get back, and I'm thrilled, man. I'm excited.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.